Reporting live from Redline News Network Global Studios, my name's Jet Likings.
And I'm Vic Morano. Welcome to RNN, where we review this week's supercar news and redirect you into the automotive YouTube world.
In this week's episode, we have the Mansory G63 AMG,
Koenigsegg Experience,
McLaren Artura,
loudest McLaren in the world,
and Alex Choi speculation.
Let's go.
Starting off this week at Redline News Network, we have the 2021 G63 AMG revealed by Mansory. Now, they have added interior bits including a leather carbon steering wheel, fawn brown interior, dark carbon inlays, aluminum pedals, and even 3D embossing on the seats. Now, this isn't all cosmetic. They take the power to Redline by adding larger turbos, upgraded exhausts, and an updated engine management system. Now, power levels have been increased to 850 horsepower with a 0 to 62 of 3.5 seconds. Now, they're only making 10, so secure yours now.
The Bugatti Bolide has won the most beautiful and aesthetic hypercar in the world. It was done at the 36th Festival Automobile International. 14 judges came together to cast their vote, which included 4 finalists. As a reminder, the Bolide has a 8-liter W16, making 1,825 horsepower and 1,364 foot-pounds of torque.
In other news, the McLaren Artura is set to debut on February 16th at 7 p. Eastern Standard Time via live stream. Now, we're going to put the link in the description. Anyways, this will be a ground-up design which McLaren hasn't seen since the MP412C over 10 years ago. Speaking of MP412C, stay tuned for some Stradman news. This model will sit between the GT and the 720S and will include the new MCLA, or otherwise known as McLaren Carbon Lightweight Architecture. This is revolutionary as McLaren has been using variations of the MP4 tub since debut. It will also contain a twin-turbo V6 paired with an electric motor, delivering power similar to the 720, but with additional torque, obviously due to the electric motor. Again, mark your calendars and check the link out in the description.
Lexus gives us a sneak preview of their new concept car, which focuses on the brand's new vision. The company's president explains that this will mark the new beginning of Lexus. All we see from this teaser is what looks to be the rear end of a car with Lexus across it. Plans are to roll this out by 2022, and I don't think we're going to see a simply redesigned Toyota this time.
Now over to Alex Choi. Now if you missed it via Instagram, Alex witnessed yet another supercar disaster. This time a Mercy on fire on a California highway. Now multiple influencers, including Gigi Papasavas, snapped this same pic, but recently Alex has been posting lots of these accidents and incidents. Do we think he's doing some night crawling with some police scanners and getting to these scenes first for the Instagram content? As we also know, the Unicorn V4 is in the works over at AGX. Many creators and influencers are saying he's up to something big. He released this picture this week of the rear end missing, including the turbos, and what looks to be like a giant gooseneck wing added. What is he doing? What is he up to? We know AGX has a ton of Mercies laying around. Is he Mercy swapping this thing? Or is it as simple as some new body items like the wing, or adding 2 more turbos like some of the renders on the internet? Drop us your thoughts in the comment box below.
On to Stradman. James and Burlacker fly to California to add yet another car to the Stradman fleet. James ends up buying a 2012 MP4-12C. The seller, Jordan, is actually selling it to pay for his mother's cancer treatment, and James, being the stand-up guy that he is, puts the GoFundMe in the description to help Jordan and his family reach their goal. It's times like these where you have to appreciate the automotive community and how everyone can come together. Saturday, continuing their California adventure, the dynamic duo Stradman and Burlacker visit Koenigsegg Squadron Experience in Orange County. Strad gets exclusive access to the 1,700 horsepower, $1.7 million Koenigsegg Gemera. With so many crazy features, this car is just on another level. It's an all-electric, 2-door, 4-seater with 7-foot doors and no B-pillar. It has a wild, futuristic, spinning 360-degree camera accompanied by one of the most incredible interiors I've ever seen. They actually get the opportunity to stay the night at the Koenigsegg Mega Mansion in Spring Mountain, What an epic day. Sunday's video is back in the beautiful state of Utah, where right off the bat we get a 6x6 Jeep Gladiator update. The extended 8-foot bed is on, along with the rear axles, and it looks like just a couple more small mods to do, fiberglass fenders and such, and it'll be done. James does mention that next time we see the Jeep, he might be doing a 6-wheel burnout.
In other YouTube news, let's take it over to Daily Driven Exotics. Before we start, we want to wish a happy birthday to Damon. This is his 42nd birthday. Happy birthday from RNN. Anyways, 3 episodes from them this week. The first one is the R34 getting the mods, but ends in failure. Now, this is the JDM Space episode, but they pick up the R34 that has all the Z2 Nismo parts installed, including side skirts, fenders, and a new front end. It looks pretty good. They also get a full titanium exhaust installed, but they don't have the mid pipe yet, so the cats are still in place. We also get to see Dave's ITR, and it's now getting a full respray, and you see the thing just completely dismantled. We also learned that Raymond owns Pure Wheels. Now, maybe you knew that, I didn't. Saturday, we get the Lambo makeover episode. They go and take a test drive in a brand new 2021 Audi RS6. Now, we have seen some of these on YouTube already, but it just never seems to get old. They also reveal Mia's Gallardo makeover, including a tan wrap, matte black Pure Wheels, and they lowered it. Now, Mia seems to love it. Even though they wanted tears from her, we didn't see them. And now for Monday, we get the loudest McLaren in the world. They remove a bunch of stripped studs on the 720S so they can finish the exhaust. There's a little bit of police interaction in this, but nothing special. And we get a first start with this new catless exhaust, and it sounds nice. It looks fantastic, and I cannot wait to see the thing on the road under load. And we also learned that there will be new seats coming soon.
On to Street Speed 717. Friday, Mike with once again another TRX-like challenge. If this video gets 40,000 likes, he will take the TRX to a certified Ram dealer and have his truck serviced. Don't forget, the C8 Corvette giveaway is live right now. Every $5 spent at InShane Designs gets you 5 entries for a chance to win that highlighter yellow Corvette. On to Sunday's video. So obviously everyone knew that he would get 40,000 likes in the last one. So he ends up taking the TRX to a Ram dealer, and the guys working there just love the truck. He even lets him drive around the parking lot. Unfortunately, he did not get a service, but plans on making a video pranking the head diesel mechanic with a hidden camera. I think that'll be pretty funny. Finishing off Street Speed's week, on his other YouTube channel, Mike and Gina, he actually buys 20 acres of land. It should be interesting to see what crazy shenanigans he's got next.
Back over to California for Emelia Hartford updates. One video from her this week, and on Friday we get a first start on her C8 with the standalone. Now on February 6th, she will be doing a new merch drop, which will include hoodies and long sleeve. Make sure you don't miss it. Again, February 6th. Anyways, in this video, she adds a Holly Dominator ECU, and she'll be using a Crawford plug-and-play system to install it, along with a bunch of other cool stuff, like using nitrous to cool the heat exchangers. What's cool is instead of spending a couple videos installing all these parts, they get it done in one, and we get a first start. Now, after changing a ton of stuff, the thing actually starts up and it's successful. Now, she advises at the end that she's still getting a supercar and that she might be moving soon.
Moving over to TJ Hunt, Thursday, TJ picks up the 65 Mustang and drives it home for the first time. He discovers that it has no power steering and the brakes are almost non-existent, but nevertheless, he seems like he's really enjoying it. Over to Monday's video with some pretty big news, TJ decides to sell his Audi R8. Reason being is he has 2 V10 platforms, and ever since he's got the Huracan, he hasn't driven the R8 once. It's currently for sale at West Coast Exotics alongside his old Aventador, which the previous owner said was too hectic to drive just after 1 week of ownership. Wednesday's video, time for some good old-fashioned burnouts, no pun intended. TJ takes that 65 Fastback to a secret location to see if the classic muscle car can rip some Bernies. And yes, it can. TJ absolutely roasts the rear tires on this thing. In doing so, he actually melts a coil pack wire on the headers, but in my opinion, the burnout was worth it.
Now let's head back over to the East Coast for Rich Rebuilds. Now this is the 1 millionth sub dinner. Now this is a different type of episode and we loved it. Watch it if you're looking for a good laugh. Now if you missed it, Rich said he would take the 1 millionth subscriber's wife to Olive Garden. Now the episode is actually about taking the millionth and fourth sub to dinner due to some issues with 0, 1, 2, and 3. Anyways, he goes and buys her a gift, some flowers. He gets dressed, which is just a bizarre process, picks her up, and apparently this person lives in Rhode Island, which is convenient because Rich is up in Massachusetts, takes her to Olive Garden, gives her the gifts, but you have to watch to see what these gifts are. It's hilarious. The toughest thing about watching Rich Rebuilds is trying to figure out what's real and what's a skit. Obviously this was a skit, but even during the skit you question reality.
Donut Media with 4 videos this week, testing all 42 Little Tree air freshener scents, why 407 mail trucks have caught fire since 2014, how NASA built the future tire, and is a digital dash worth it? Doug Demuro with only one car review this week, the 2021 Audi SQ5.
Over to Sheepey Race for the SR1 Evo giveaway episode. Now, the winner was from Phoenix. He drove up to pick up the Evo. He goes out for the first drive and he tries to hide it, but he is super impressed with the power. Afterwards, he gets to take out a Stage 1 R8 and he loves it. Now on Instagram, if you've missed it, Whistling Diesel's Sheepey Twin Turbo R8 is done and there hasn't been a video by Sheepey or Whistling on it, but if you've been on the gram, Whistling has been hanging out with everybody, including Gigi, Emelia, and others, breaking in his twin turbo setup. There are tons of stories and pics of him in the Southern California area. It's tough to miss him. To wrap up the Redline week, we get a drunk guy destroying a car on Royalty Exotics. Now this video opens with Robbie explaining there are a lot of irons in the fire, including Houston's second daughter, a detail shop, the chicken shop, and more. And then it goes into a music video of Robbie singing back in 2010. I mean, is this real? If there's one video for you to watch this week, it's this one. Anyways, we get an Aventador update with the body kit added, and there's still a lot more to add. And then we see the first casualty of 2021. It is a slingshot with front end damage. Now, this thing has suspension parts broken, steering rack is busted, and a lot more. It ends with a random forerunner high centered on a boulder in the middle of a parking lot, and the Royalty crew come to the rescue. Well, that brings us to about Redline this week. Looking forward to the McLaren Artura premiere later this month, and I just can't wait to see what Lexus has for us.
Tell me about it, Jet. I'm just waiting for Alex Choi to break the internet with the Unicorn V4. He has to be doing something more than just a gooseneck wing.
Well, we won't miss out what he's doing here, so make sure you tune in to RNN.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Come back every Friday for new episodes.
Until next time, keep it at Redline.